And that is the role that we're going to have. The NTSB is going to do their investigation. We all need to be supporting that and letting them do the work that they need to do so that those of us on the aviation subcommittee, both in the House and the Senate, are able to take the findings of that report and make adjustments where needed, whether it's in the regulations or in policies.
Once that briefing takes place, he'll tell us what his procedures are, what he's going to be doing moving down the road, and then report back to us. I think it's premature to say that we're going to do our own investigation. Most of the time when we do our own investigation is when the administration isn't forthcoming with their information and we have to do it ourselves.
The next stage will be when the NTSB is moving closer to having conclusions, when they've had the opportunity to review all the evidence. I'll host, probably the next thing I will host will be a bipartisan briefing for all the members of the Commerce Committee to listen to the preliminary results. And
the Senate passed the Lake and Riley Act, a bill that criminalizes undocumented immigrants just for being accused of theft or shoplifting.
I don't think it's right. I'm not okay with that. You know, a lot of people they're going after, they're here for a chance.
It is really a massive overstretch, and it is the way that Republicans are trying to expand the ways that you can put an undocumented immigrant into the criminal justice system without even a conviction.
It would require mandatory detention merely upon arrest, without charges being brought, without a conviction occurring, and with no discretion for an immigration judge to even review this.
It is simply an attempt to score cheap political points off of a tragic death.
He refused time after time to simply commit to following the law.
A Rust vote strategy is to traumatize the federal workforce. There should be no confusion about what he is up to and what he is doing. He did it when he was the OMB director before. He's doing it now.
Not only are his policies a threat to the programs that serve families all across America, he is a dangerous threat to our constitutional system of representative democracy.
First, he made it the official policy of the federal government that there are only two sexes, male and female, and we have directed all federal agencies to comply with that policy. As for congressional legislation to support the president's agenda in this space, and certainly ending the mutilation of young children, the chemical castration of young children, which is a barbaric practice that the vast majority of Americans do not support for young minor children, certainly the president would support Congress's efforts, as he has already made that very clear this week.
Trump's federal funding freeze will increase grocery prices, making it more difficult for families to put food on the table. It will threaten meal service programs that disabled seniors, the elderly, and those who are sick and who are on fixed incomes rely on. It will result in children sitting in classrooms with empty bellies, thinking about where they're going to get their next meal rather than how to do that math on the bulletin board.
Now, have you gotten the funds yet or not?
No, we still haven't gotten the funds. Yeah.
Even though they said the freeze is off, you still aren't getting it?
Correct, yeah.
You're an amazing person with amazing fortitude, so you're going to go into your credit line to make sure that the families aren't impacted. But yeah, if you couldn't do that or were not able to, what would happen to them?
The services would have to stop.
The services would stop, yeah.
What produces it is too much government spending and too much government creation of money and nothing else.
This Black History Month, we recognize our rights, freedoms, and triumphs that so many fought and died for. This month, we recognize all that we've achieved and celebrate the resilience that keeps pushing us forward, because we also recognize there is still so much more to do.
To achieve a better future for all people, we must acknowledge inequities and struggles that our community has faced in the past and is still fighting to this very day. This Black History Month and all year long, let's ensure that all Black voices are not just heard, but uplifted. This February, we honor our ancestors, change makers, leaders, families, and culture.
I'm here with Jeremy Reagan, sir. He wrestles, and we have region finals going on today. But I want to let you know something. This young man right here was also in D.C. for the inauguration.
Yes,
you were outside and saw it outside,
yes,
right? Good. One of the many hundreds of thousands of people that still made the trek to D.C. just to see that. I don't know what you're doing. We're out having a great time this weekend. The weather's great, so get out there, enjoy the weekend. We hope to see you somewhere out there.